Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 4.
Gusty winds giving us a little bit of a break in the bitterly cold action across central and eastern Kentucky. I'll let you know how long that break hangs around just ahead.
It's not unusual for Buffalo to get 8 feet of snow every winter, but it could have that in just a matter of days. We'll show you how New York is handling a historic event. And 2 grandparents are inside an eastern Kentucky home when it's rocked by an explosion. Their grandson talks about their close call. Good afternoon and welcome to WKYT News at 4. We're finally getting a break from the bitter cold. After breaking a record this morning in Lexington, temperatures have jumped more than 30 degrees. You're looking live at Triangle Park in downtown Lexington, where it's also a windy day. WKYT Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey is in the First Alert Weather Center. Chris, it feels pretty good after this morning.
Yeah, you know what, Jennifer, anything's going to be a big improvement compared to where we were to start out the day. But when you're talking about some low 40s, we can handle that, can't we? Record-breaking temperatures again this morning. Look at the numbers. Cynthiana, 4 degrees this morning. Are you kidding me? Owingsville down to 9. Lexington and Frankfort both checking in with 11-degree thermometer readings to set those record lows. Now, temperatures this afternoon on a very strong wind jumping up on us into the mid and upper 40s. That front is a little slower in getting in here, so it's allowing those temperatures to climb. Enjoy that little bit of a break while we have it, though it is coming with a windy price. Those gusts have been better than 30 to 35 miles per hour for the better part of the day. Currently a 32-mile-per-hour wind gust here in Lexington. Now, Live First Alert Defender has nothing that is going on for now. Clouds are increasing from the northwest, and here we go again. That's another Arctic cold front that is sliding its way on into town from northwest to southeast. That'll have a band of some light snows coming behind it. You can actually see all the snowflakes that are breaking out into parts of the Great Lakes. Overnight light snow, good possibility. I'm tracking rain for the weekend. Then, Jennifer, what goes up? The temperatures must come down. The temperatures. Colder changes for that Thanksgiving week forecast in a few.
We'll check back in 15 minutes. Thank you, Chris. A scary morning for an elderly couple when a fire caused an explosion at their home in Magoffin County. The explosion happened around 6:30 this morning on Cape Patton Branch, just east of Salyersville. Investigators say an oxygen tank exploded. Here's a look at what's left of the home. WKYT's Sam Smith talks to the couple's grandson, who's trying to help his grandparents. It's our top story at 4.
The explosion wiped out the entire house. Thankfully, the elderly couple made it out all right. A fire started this morning. That fire led to the explosion. Officials say an oxygen tank inside the home created that explosion. The impact of that explosion knocked out power to that property and a neighbor's home. The heat and flames destroyed cars parked in front of the house. The remaining signs of the fire went out on their own. How the fire started is under investigation. Officials are looking into the possibility of it beginning because of an electrical space heater. The elderly couple were taken to a hospital as a precaution. We talked to that couple's grandson about this very unexpected morning.
Then I hear my mama hollering. I said, "Mama's hollering. Run to see what she's hollering about." Went out there and she said, "My house is gone. My house is gone." And then I come out here, and as I was getting ready to come down this way, I heard another big explosion, and it was oxygen tanks.
The couple's grandson plans to place donation bins throughout the town for anyone that wants to help out after this explosion. In Magoffin County, Sam Smith, WKYT.
Sarah and Grady Burson did not have insurance on the home and lost nearly all of their personal belongings. Well, it is almost Christmas time in downtown Lexington. The city's official tree is set in Triangle Park and getting ready for the big day. Kentucky Utilities and Parks and Recreation workers are getting the tree ready to be lit. Luminate Lexington kicks off next Friday from 2 to 7 p.m. with the Tree Lighting Festival. There will also be a market and holiday live concert. Our reporters are working on a number of other stories for WKYT News starting at 4:30. Amber Philpott is in the newsroom with a look at some of the news in progress. Good afternoon, Amber.
Good afternoon to you, Jennifer. People in Jackson County still have not received their property tax bills. Jackson County Sheriff Denny Pyman refuses to sign for the receipt of the bills. The bills can't be sent to taxpayers without his signature. The county clerk says the bills may not be sent out until a new sheriff takes over in January. Why Sheriff Pyman says he is not signing off on those bills, coming up on WKYT News at 5:30. Dozens of Kentucky Air National Guard members have returned from Africa, where they helped battle the spread of Ebola. The Air National Guard says the airmen were stationed in Senegal, hundreds of miles from areas affected by Ebola outbreaks. The unit helped distribute international aid and supplies to areas affected by Ebola. The airmen will not have to undergo a quarantine, but are being monitored for symptoms as a precaution. You'll hear from a member of the U.S. Air Force on WKYT News at 5:30 on how happy he is to be back home. And last night at 11, we told you about the extreme need at the Salvation Army for winter clothing donations during this early Arctic blast. Well, since our story aired, several people have dropped off donations. The Salvation Army says they are happy to get the donations, but they are still in need of coats, hats, and gloves, especially for children. You'll hear from the Salvation Army coming up on WKYT News at 5 about how you can help and when you can drop off those items to the donation center. That is a look at just some of the news that's in progress. Jennifer, back to you.
Thanks, Amber. Now to stories making headlines across the nation at 4. At least 6 people are dead from a massive snowstorm that's slamming parts of western New York. And people are scrambling to dig out before another storm arrives. Steve Nannis is in Buffalo with the latest.
In Buffalo, New York, where snow is nothing out of the ordinary, this is extraordinary.
Buffalonians are used to this weather. We're all strong-willed, and we like to shovel and get out and to do things. Today, it's just not one of those days.
More than 6 feet of snow has fallen in parts of western New York, and more is on the way. Buffalo's previous record of 82 inches could be broken.
It is slow going still in South Buffalo. We are making progress, but there's a long way to go.
Buffalo Mayor Byron Brown says more than 230 truckloads of snow have already been removed from the area. Rescuers are using snowmobiles to respond to emergency calls and stranded motorists.
We're trying to get as much done now with evacuating people while we have the nice little sunshine that we have here now. Just trying to get as many people out as we can before the second storm starts to hit over here.
Other parts of the country are also feeling an early start to winter. All 50 states registered temperatures below freezing on Tuesday, with snow on the ground in about half the country. But nothing compares to what residents in Buffalo are experiencing, as the potential for at least 2 additional feet of snow is imminent.
We are the city of good neighbors, particularly at times like this. It is clear that we are one Buffalo.
I'm Steve Nannis reporting.
This afternoon, Governor Andrew Cuomo said his state has brought in hundreds of National Guard personnel and plans to bring in additional resources. He called it a multi-day event and said it could take 4 or 5 days or longer to clean up all the snow. Tomorrow is the day President Barack Obama is expected to announce executive action on immigration. That's according to officials familiar with the president's plans. He's expected to sidestep Congress as he acts to shield potentially millions of immigrants who are in the country illegally. The administration is considering steps that would provide work permits for up to 5 million immigrants now living illegally here in the U.S. Missouri Governor Jay Nixon has appointed a 16-person commission to help the town of Ferguson heal after the deadly shooting of an unarmed black teenager. The commission will make recommendations on how to move forward on racial issues in the wake of the August shooting and the riots that followed. The report is due sometime next year. Meanwhile, a grand jury is expected to announce a decision at any time about whether to indict Officer Darren Wilson in the shooting of Michael Brown. Soon, millions of Americans may not be able to watch their favorite CBS shows. We'll have the details of the dish dispute next in WKYT Money Watch. And shoppers may be feeling Black Friday fatigue. Coming up on WKYT News at 4, we'll tell you why fewer Americans are expected to head to the stores this year.